Well, after a quick rainstorm, we're back for game number 2 of this doubleheader versus the Colorado Pirates. It's Landon Shire on the mound making his debut for the Hays Larks. Leading off will be Jace Watalka, the leadoff hitter from the last game, and he swings and misses at his first pitch. It's 0-1. Shire on the bump, played at George Fox University, and his 0-1 delivery misses outside, 1-1. 1-1, nobody out, nobody on. This one is popped up over the left side. Shortstop Matt Cavanaugh goes back. Grant Leung goes for it. Cavanaugh calls him off, and it's 1 up, 1 down in back-to-back games. Watalka going down and striking out in the first game. In game 2, pop up to the shortstop. So now to Logan Bistrup, starting the third base in the first game. He's doing the same in this one. It was a 3-hole last game. Now he's batting second. Shire throws a fastball, grounded over to Cavanaugh again. Cavanaugh eats it across the diamond to Truslow. 2 up, 2 down quick for the Pirates in game number 2. Shire from San Diego, California, 6'5" junior, same height as Rustin Hays. That pitched and got the close in game number 1 when the Larks run ruled the Pirates 10-0 in 5 innings. So now we'll go to Austin LaBarber, the catcher. No. This one will miss low, 1-0. to LaBarber as Shire has 2 up, 2 down quick. This one fouled over the right side, 1-1. Shire in his junior year this last year made 5 appearances. All of those games were starts. Had a K or a strikeout per 9 innings of 8.75 through 23 2/3 innings. It's a righty versus righty matchup from the windup. Sent over to the right field. Cooper comes in, calls off Jeminian, and he'll make the catch. 3 up, 3 down, and Shire will retire the side as we head to the bottom of the first right here on Larks Network. Leading off the bottom of the first for your Larks will be Leo Jeminian. After the Pirates go down in order, Jeminian was hit 3 times in game number 1, twice in the head, once in the foot. Also reached on a fielder's choice. Flashed those wheels on the base paths. This one catches the outside part of the plate, called strike 1. He nods his head in agreement, and we'll go 0-1. Due up will be Grant Leung, Wyatt Divis, Corbin Truslow, and Jake Wyeth. 1-1 now to the right-handed hitting French outfielder. Pops this one up, it'll be in the stands, and we'll go 1-2. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bell, never miss a minute of action all Larks season. On the mound is Kiminoff, started at first base in game number 1, moves over to the bump. This one misses the zone, 2-2. Larks had an 8-run first inning in game number 1. Just took advantage of Flynn as he was missing the zone, got his pitch count up. This one is lined. Bistrup gets to it. It bounces off his glove, goes into left field, and it'll be a leadoff base run. I'm not sure if it'll be ruled a hit or an error. We'll see, but either way, there is a runner. So now it's a Grant Leung, the second baseman for your Larks. Grant Leung had a good game in the first one. Drove in a run, scored a couple times. And it will be ruled an error on Bistrup. So still no hits for Jeminian, but he's breezed base 5 times. 1-0 on the lefty. This one misses low in the zone. Jeminian is going to steal second. He gets hit by the ball and it rolls into outfield. His second stolen base today. Flashing those speed. Kind of reminds me of last year when we had Drake Angeron, who started in center field like Jeminian and was a leadoff hitter and stole a lot of bases. 2 for 2 on the night for Jeminian. In game 1, he advanced to third base on a wild throw. This one was almost wild as it bounced off Jeminian, but he had to regather himself at second base. Wasn't going to give him enough time to get to third. And we're going to get a break as Kiminoff ties his shoe. Scoreboard reads 1-1 count. LaBarber sets up over the left side behind the plate. This one's going to miss the zone. It'll be 2-1. In game number 1, Grant Leung had a single and 2 RBIs. Never did come around to score, but you'll take those 2 runs. 3-1 hitters count here. Jeminian scored twice in game number 1. Got on base 4 times. This one will be blooped over the left side. It's going to fly deep. It'll bounce in front of the warning tracks, roll into the corner. A beautifully placed ball for Grant Leung as he'll be in safe at second base standing up, and Jeminian scores his 3rd run of the night. 3 RBIs on the season for Grant Leung early.
Batting third, the DH number 16, Wyatt Divis.
So 1-0 lead for the Larks. Runner on second with nobody out. Now to the 3-hole, Wyatt Divis, who is the designated hitter, started game number 1, went strong in his appearance on the mound. Only allowed 2 hits, no runs. So a miss is 1-0. There's concern about whether this game is going to be delayed here in the stands, as there was a storm. We got a lot of rain, but it's play on here. Not enough lightning, or not close enough for there to be a delay. 1-1. Divis throws right-handed, but he bats left-handed. He'll step in the batter's box. Last year, first-team KCLB pitcher. Sees a fastball, and he'll watch it go inside, 2-1. Divis, batting last year, hit .336 with 40 RBIs, 40 hits, had an OBP of .494. This one is lined back. It'll be 2-2. On deck, Corbin Truslow in the hole, Jacob Wyeth. Wyeth last week committed to LSU, which is a huge deal. I mean, LSU's got one of the top programs in the nation. For him to be playing in Hays, I'm sure the Larks fans are happy to see that. As Divis protects the plate, sends this one over the right side. Davis wearing his hat or his helmet from college matches with the Larks uniforms as it's blue for UTA. I think we're going to see a lot of guys wearing the college helmets due to the coronavirus. They want to keep, everything healthy. If you can wear your own helmet, keep others safe. He strikes out looking, and there's one away with the runner in scoring position. So now to the cleanup, the first baseman, Corbin Truslow. Davis struck out 5 in game number 1. He himself sees himself strike out. Truslow in game 1 drove in 1 run on a single. Thinks about squaring up on this one. He's going to watch it miss just high on the off speed 1-0. Kemenal has a tall frame up on the bump compared to the last game when we saw C-Bomb with a smaller frame. This one's close on the fastball. It's going to miss just outside 2-0. Corbin Truslow has a good eye in this at bat. Kemenal shakes off a sign from his catcher, and he'll set up and get ready to go. And it's 3 quick balls on Truslow. Defensively for the Pirates, it's Thompson, left, Dixon in center, Carmelig in right field, Rhodey at first base, Lyle at second, Waitaka at shortstop, and Bistrup at third base. LaBarbera behind the plate. Grant takes off, catches them off guard. The throw is going to go into left field, and Grant is going to be sent home by Coach Leo, and the throw is going to be almost in time, but it pulled the catcher away from the plate. Grant is in safety. Smart heads up playing, caught the whole team off guard. Third baseman wasn't even ready for it. Throw wouldn't have been there anyway, and Grant scores. That's his first run of the season. Now has an RBI and a run scored today as Truslow walks. 2-0 lead here for the Larks. A runner on first with 1 away in the bottom of the first. So now to Jacob Wyeth, the catcher from Cisco College. Takes this one looking. Wyeth was ranked the number 4 catcher in Texas, according to Perfect Game. Ranked the 66th best catcher in the nation by the same company. Committed to Baylor. Spent some time at Cisco for 2 years, and now he's heading to Louisiana State University, taking his talents to Baton Rouge. 1-1, 1 away. This last year in the short season, played in 11 games, got 13 hits with an OBP of 538, an elite batting average at 433. This one's going to be popped over the right side. We'll go 1-2. He's from Lake Travis, Texas, one of 2 switch hitters on the team. He's a righty. Redshirt sophomore, stands at 6'2". Truslow has a small lead at first, and this one will be eye level of Wyeth, 2-2. On deck is Sean Cooper in the hole, Cam Pearson. This one off the turf over the right side of the plate will go full count. Wyeth showing discipline at the plate. We'll see what he can do with the payoff pitch. Kemenal looks in, gets a sign, agrees with it, and he'll go from the stretch. Wyeth sends this one over the left side. Thompson moves in a few steps, and he'll make the catch in left field territory for out number 2. He had a nice swing on it, just didn't make the exact contact. Just had a little bit of better contact. I think we could have seen a 2-run shot. So now with 2 away, we'll go to Sean Cooper. So it is Truslow on first base, Pearson on deck, Hutchison in the hole. Shire made quick work at the top of the first. 3 up, 3 down. Larks scoring 2 runs here, and there's 2 away. Righty versus lefty, pitcher versus batter. First delivery comes in a little bit wild, misses low and inside, 1-0. This one nicely hit, nicely placed. It's going to be, but Thompson is going to be there. It was a nice hit, but unfortunate placement. And we'll go to the top of the second. Larks pick up 2, leave 1 on base. Top of the second we go. Shire returns for his second inning of work. Got a pop-up, a ground out, and a fly-out. Now we'll go to the cleanup hitter, McCain Mason, the designated hitter. Mason was the catcher last game, getting some rest on those legs. This will DH game number 2. This one will be popped over the right side. Truslow gives chase, moves towards the dugout, but he'll pull up in front of the fence as it'll be out of play. Behind Shire, it'll be Hutchison at third base, Kavanaugh at short, Leung at second, Truslow at first, Cooper in right field, Jiminian in center, Pearson in left field, and Wyeth behind the plate. This one will move outside on a fastball, 1-1. This one, nice pitch, gets him to swing and miss at it. We'll go 1-2. Larks picked up a hit in the first, scored twice. Smart base running by Grant Leung. Got run number 2 in. And another swing and a miss, and it is strikeout number 1 on the season for Landon Shire.
Left fielder number 25, Manny Thompson.
So now I'll go to the number 5 hitter, the left fielder, Manny Thompson. Saw him in game number 1, also starting in left field. He got a walk, and he was struck out by Divis. 1 away, nobody on top of the second. Larks up 2-0, and it's a called strike 1 on Thompson. Shire is not wasting time before pitches. That's what you like to see out of your pitcher. Shows he's confident. This one missed a little bit inside, 1-1. The 1-1 delivery be inside again, 2-1. On deck, it's Wayne Rohde in the hole, Tommy Lyle. In Shire's last full season at GFU, he made 13 appearances, 12 of those being starts. Had an 8-1 record with a 3 ERA flat. This one's fouled back, 2-2. Had a great strikeout to walk ratio as he threw 60 strikeouts and 35 walks. Only 25 earned runs that year, his sophomore year at George Fox. This one will hit Thompson right in the left arm. Looked like it caught him in the chest as he sprints to first base. 1 away, runner on first.
The first baseman number 9, Wayne Rohde.
So now Wayne Rohde, first baseman, will step into the batter's box to face Shire. Shire made improvements after his freshman year. Made 11 appearances with a 9.32 ERA. Cut that down big time for a 3 flat in his full year in 2019. This one above the letters. Go 1-0. Shire's the only California native on the roster this year. This one will miss inside, 2-0. Thompson has a small lead at first as Truslow keeps him in check. This one will miss high. We'll go 3-0. Imagine we'll see a fastball here. We'll see if Roddy will lay off. The Bruin will deliver. This one misses high. Had some movement on it. Just couldn't locate it in the zone. So back-to-back base runners. One on the hit by pitch, one on the walk. Runners on first and second with one away. Stepping up is Tommy Lyle, in number 4 position, batting 7th. Kavanaugh keeping Thompson in check at second base. Truslow playing off the bag at first base. And this delivery will be outside. Had some movement on it. Couldn't bait Lyle into swinging at it. We'll see if Shire can regain some control. You know, you can't have a 3-flat ERA without confidence and control. So I'm sure he'll bounce back and calm down and get his pitches back in the zone. However, this one will run inside. Wyeth moves to his left to get it. 2-0. 2-0, one away. Runners on first and second. Thompson looks from the sign from his third base coach, but he's still not very far from the second base bag. Two and 0 with one away. This one is a nice pitch. It drops, but it looked close, but they're going to rule it above the zone. 3-0. Shire looked to regain his composure here on this pitch as he's throwing 6 straight balls. 7. And a nice fastball in the zone called strike 1. Hitters count now for Lyle. On the deck, Chase Dixon. In the hole, Jason Karmlick. No hit still for the Pirates. 1 for the Larks and air for Colorado. And this one will run just outside, and it'll be a walk. Bases are loaded with 1 away for Chase Dixon, the center fielder. Shire shows some frustration after that pitch, so pitching coach Keith Harper will jog out of the dugout to go and try and get his pitcher to regain some composure. We'll be right back after this mound visit. One away, bases loaded for Chase Dixon. Righty versus righty matchup. This one runs inside and high, 1-0. This one a nice pitch, moves across the plate, catches the outside part, 1-1 with 1 away. Dixon in game number 1 popped up to the second baseman Grant Leung and grounded out to him once. So 0 for 2 on the day, and Shire looks to make it 0 for 3. Nice pitch hit over the right side. Cooper goes to his left and moves in. It's going to drop on the right side of the foul line. We'll go to 1-2. As a close one, landed in the favor of the Larks. 1-2, bases loaded with one away. Still a pretty good crowd here at Larks Park, even after the rain. A 1-2 delivery hit over the left side, over the head of Kavanaugh. It'll be dropped into left field. Pearson has some trouble with it, and 2 runs will score. It'll be a tie game with runners on first and second.
Right fielder number 10, Jason.
So coming around to score was Thompson and Rhodey, and Dixon has 2 RBIs on a base hit. First runs the Pirates have scored all day. So now to the bottom of the order, Jason Carmlick, right fielder sporting the number 10 jersey. Again, righty versus righty matchup. Movement in the pen for the Larks. Can't see who it is from here. This one, a fastball bounces off the plate. 1-0. Shire looked good in the first inning. He looked really good. He started out the second inning strong with a strikeout, but after that hit by pitch, the Pirates have gotten the best of him. They look to bounce back on this 1-0 delivery. This one also misses low, gets behind Wyeth, and the runners will advance 90 feet. So 2 in scoring position with 1 away. That is Lyle on third base, Dixon on second. The 2-0 delivery runs inside and low. Wyeth gets this one. We'll move to 3-0. It's a lefty in the pen. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like Cole Zimmerman. .3-0 delivery runs outside, and it is the third walk of the inning, and we'll move to the top of the order with the bases jacked.
Shortstop number 2, Jason.
Leung and Kavanaugh communicating in the middle of the infield, like we see them move close together, and Shire throw down low, try and get a double play, but Harp's going to make his way out of the dugout, so we'll see a pitching change here in the second inning with the bases loaded at 1 away. Tie game at 2. We'll be right back here on Larks Network.
By their first name, sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks.
new pitcher into the game will be Cole Zimmerman, 6'4" lefty from Fort Hays State University. His first pitch, called strike one. He inherits a tough situation, looked good while he was warming up, had a lot of movement on his pitches. This one in the zone. 0-1, bases loaded with one away, tie game in the top of the second, tied at 2. Zimmerman from Hays, Kansas, went to Thomas More Prep. The Tigers' delivery is swung on an off-speed pitch, got him ahead of it. It goes to 0-2. Nice pitch from Zimmerman, making the best of the situation he inherited. In this short season, Zimmerman made 4 appearances for the Tigers. Started 2 of those, went 0-3 with an ERA of 6.92. His 0-2 delivery, a nice one that almost gets Wataka to swing at it. Checks his swing, pulls back, and we'll go to 1-2. In Zimmerman's freshman year at Fort Hays State, his lone full season there, had 10 appearances with an ERA of 13.7, and this one is going to be a strike or 4-pitch strikeout, and there's 2 away with the bases loaded. So now we'll go to Logan Bistrup, the third baseman, and we'll see righty versus lefty. Shire had a little shaky start, but started well, but got a little shaky, but that is definitely not the last we'll see of him. Sure, he'll bounce back and give some great stat lines for the Larks. Had some great games at George Fox. This one just wasn't his night. It's 1-0 as this one runs outside. In high school, Zimmerman had a first-team All-3A selection from the Kansas Association of Baseball Coaches, as he appeared in 19 games and started 2 with an 11-2 record for the Monarchs at TMP. This 1-0 count becomes 1-1 with 2 away. Lyle on third, Dixon on second, Carmlick on first. This one a heater, popped over the right side, going to be far out of play. We'll go to 1-2. Zimmerman given short notice to warm up and get in the game, but he's making the best out of it and looking good on the rubber. Bistrup awaits his 1-2 delivery from Zimmerman. It's going to run inside, almost catch him. And it'll be 2-2. Maybe he should have taken it. Could have gotten an RBI and put the Pirates up by 1. Nonetheless, we'll move to 2s. 2-2 count, 2 away. Top of the second. Pirates 2, Larks 2. Off-speed pitch got him way out in front of it. Doing an ugly swing to make contact, but he does. Popped out of play. We'll go 2 again. On deck is LaBarber in the hole, McCain Mason. Mason led off the inning with a strikeout, followed by Thompson hit by pitch, a walk, a single, and a walk, and now a strikeout. See if Zimmerman can make it another strikeout on this 2-2 delivery. And he will, and Bistrup knew it, started walking the dugout right away, and 3 will be left on base. Great work from Zimmerman as he gets some congrats from his teammates, and we'll move to the the bottom of the second, tied up at 2. You're tuned into the Larks Network. Bottom of the second we go. Leading it off will be the left fielder, Cam Pearson. And Cam's first at-bat. Excuse me, this is his first at-bat, and he sends one pitch up the middle, and it's a leadoff base runner for the Larks. So now move over to Palmer Hutchison. In game number 1, Pearson went 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice, lined out and strikeout, picks up his first hit in the Larks uniform. Now move over to Palmer Hutchison, who started out in the DH spot last game. He was starting third baseman in this one. Walked in his first at bat, flew out to left field, and then singled in his last one. This one's popped into center field, and it's going to be shallow in. Waitaka almost lost it, and it looks like they're going to catch Pearson off guard at first base, and he'll get tagged up. So 2 pitches, 2 outs.
Shortstop, number 3, Matt Cavanaugh.
And so now we'll go to Matt Cavanaugh, the shortstop. He batted second in game number 1, and now that they're facing a right-handed pitcher, he's moved down to the bottom of the order, which is all right for him because in game number 1 last year it was his only start at the bottom of the order, and he went 4 for 4. Swings at this one, could be a 3-pitch inning. He's hustling down the first base line. Ristrop makes a nice throw to Rhodey, and that'll send us to the top of the third. 3 pitches, 3 outs, a quick bottom of the second. We'll be right back on Larks Network. Tie game. Top of the third we go, and it is going to be Austin LaBarber, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. So 3 strikeouts were the 3 outs in the second inning, but the Pirates managed to put 2 on the board during that time. A quick bottom of the second inning, and Cole Zimmerman will return to the mound for inning number 3. The lefty's first delivery of fastball misses low and outside, 1-0. On deck is McCain Mason, the DH, in the hole, Manny Thompson. This one a check swing. I'm going to say he went around, and it'll go to 1-1. Larks have 2 hits. Pirates have 1 error for Colorado. None for the Larks. Cole delivered from his left hand. This one is going to catch the inside part of the plate as LaBarber turned his back on it like he was going to get hit. But umpire will say it caught the zone, 1-2. Zimmerman looking good on the mound, his first appearance with the Larks. Gets a sign from Wyeth, nods his head in agreement, and he'll go from the windup. This one popped up. Wyeth moves forward and to his left, and now moves back and makes the catch right in front of the Shoemaker Nelson Field logo. One up, one down, and Zimmerman has retired 3 straight batters. So now to McCain Mason, struck out to start the second inning. 1 away, nobody on. Larks and Pirates tied at 2. Zimmerman agrees on one with Wyeth, and he'll go again from the windup. This one runs outside, 1-0. Pearson in left field started game number 1 at third base. He moves into left field, and Hutchison takes over the hot corner duties. Swung on, foul over the left side. Past the bullpen, you go to 1-1. A one's delivery, a swing, and Mason loses his bat. He'll have a laugh as he jogs over to his third base coach to grab the bat. And he'll step back in for a 1-2 count. In game number 1, Mason had a single, reached second base, couldn't get farther than that, as Divis retired the next 2 guys. And his first at bat, he popped up to Leo Geminian. And we're going to get time. Not sure what's going on. It looks like he's going to be called out, and Thompson's going to move to the plate. All right. Wyatt holds up the 2-out sign. So we'll say there's 2 outs as Thompson takes over the duties at the plate. Zimmerman gets his sign. Hasn't been shaken off Wyeth all night. And this one runs inside and low, 1-0. Kavanaugh and Leung playing in the grass in the middle infield. Truslow and Hutchison playing a little bit more in the corners. Night has cooled off, and it's a great night for baseball here in downtown Hays, Kansas. And the 2-0 delivery. It's going to be a off-speed pitch that Thompson thought about swinging on. Holds off, called strike 1. And this 2-1 delivery is going to be called strike 2. Back-to-back called strikes. And we'll see if Zimmerman will send us to the bottom of the third on this 2-2 delivery. 2-2 count, 2 away, 2-2 game. Curveball, and Thompson is going to be frustrated with it. That was a beautiful pitch from the lefty, and we're going to go to the bottom of the third, still tied at 2. You're tuned in to the Larks Network. Bottom of the third we go. Leading it off will be the top of the order. Leo Jeminian reached on an error from Bistrup in the first, came around to score the first run of the game, and he takes this one outside 1-0. Fouls this one back, hits the top of the net, and we'll go 1-1. Still looking for his first hit on the season tonight. He's reached base in all 5 plate appearances. 3 hit by pitchers, a fielder's choice, and an error. Holds up a 2-1 count with nobody out, nobody on. Thought about turning on this one. Takes it, nods his head in agreement. Shows that confidence, and we'll see what he does here on the 2-2 delivery. Kiminal leans in. And this one's sent over to Bistrup again. He feels this one from Jeminian this time and fires it across the diamond. Rhodey gets it. 1 up, 1 down to start off the bottom of the third. So that's the first time Jeminian has not been retired tonight in 6 plate appearances. So now we'll move to Grant Leung, the second baseman, batting in the 2-hole. Nobody on, 1 away. Leung had a RBI double and then came around to score when he stole third base and the ball went into left field. 1-0 count with 1 away. Leung this year at USF went .314 batting average with an OBP of 400, had 5 RBIs, a slugging percentage at .510, had 1 home run. His 1-1 delivery above the letters inside 2-1. Neither pitcher is really taking much time between pitches, keeping the pace going along here as it's 9:08 p.m. here in Hays, Kansas. This delivery from Kiminal to Leung is going to run outside. Another ball. And it'll be a full count to the lefty second baseman. The payoff pitch. Thinks about going on it wisely, lays off as he will take a walk. Runner on first with 1 away. So now we'll go to the 3-hole, the DH Wyatt Divis. Second time Grant Leung has reached base in this game. And game number 1, he had a single. So now to Divis, struck out in his only appearance at the plate tonight. It'll be righty versus a lefty hitter. They're going to check over at Leung. He's in there plenty of time. Divis batting in his last full season at UTA had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and scored 1 run. Saw much more appearances on the mound at UTA than he did at the plate. However, when he was at Hutchison, he batted .384 with 128 hits and 120 RBIs, 26 home runs. You can see why the Mavericks wanted him to join their squad. 2-0 with 1 away. Leung on first, Divis at the plate, and Truslow on deck, Wyeth in the hole. Check over at Leung again, and it'll not be in time. Leung stole 7 bases last year with the Valley Center Mundaubers, one of the few stats he did not lead the team in. Led the team in games played, average, runs scored, total bases, walks, RBIs, on base percentage, and hits. Two-0 delivery is going to run inside on Divis. Scoreboard said 2-0. Count was 3-0, so it'll be a 4-pitch walk. And it's back-to-back walks for the Larks as the Barber's going to go have a talk with his pitcher on the rubber. So runners on first and second. It's Divis at first, Leung at second, as Big Trust steps into the batter's box. Gonna get a delayed mound visit, and LaBarbera will make his way back behind the plate. And Kavanaugh looks to regain some composure as he'll step back on the rubber. Truslow stretches and gets ready for his at-bat. Truslow's first at-bat, he walked, reached first base, but then couldn't get any farther as there was back-to-back flyouts to Thompson in left field. In game number 1, Truslow had a single, a ground out and a flyout, drove in 1 run. This one misses low, 1-0 on the first baseman from Georgetown, Texas. He is a lefty, which is what you want out of a first baseman. He cranks this one over right side. Karmlich moves back, moves forward again. It looked great off the bat. The Larks fans thought it looked great as well. So they made some noise, and it will be caught. But Grant Leung advances to third base as a nice slide comes off the bag, but keeps his hand on there, and it's runners on the corners with 2 away. So we'll move to Jacob Wyatt, the catcher, who flew out to Thompson in the first inning. And his first at bat in the Larks uniform. Larks won their first game last year against the Denver Cougars, then dropped game 2. And this one, they won game number 1, looking to not do the same thing they did last year, as this one goes above the zone on Wyeth. 1-0, 2 away. This one runs outside, 2-0. Leo Geminian started out this one with a ground out to Bistrop. Grant Leung walked, Davis did 2. Truslow flew out to right field, and now it's to Wyeth. Cooper on deck, Pearson in the hole. 2-0 delivery is going to run outside and low, 3-0. Wyeth looks at Coach Leo, sees if he'll give him a sign to take. He'll step back in the right-hander's batter's box and get ready for his 3-0 delivery. Imagine we'll get a fastball and probably a swing from Wyeth, as Larks really, past few years, don't really take on 3-0. Leo gives him the green light, but Wyeth's going to be smart here and lays off. Larks sometimes have been smart with it and cranked it. Sometimes have been smart and not risk anything. You got to take your own risk as a batter, gamble on it. Wyeth lays off, now has a hitter's count. And he has a nice swing, but it's popped up into shallow right center field. Lyle is actually going to move into the infield when kind of got a hold of it, and we'll move to the top of the 4th. Larks leave runners on the corners. It's still a 2-2 ball game here in downtown Hays, Kansas. This is Carson Ackerman on the call. We'll be right back here on Larks Network. Leading off the the top of the fourth inning will be the first baseman, Wayne Rohde. New pitcher in for the Larks. It's Ryan Reuter, another lefty from TMP at Fort Hays State, who replaced Cole Zimmerman. 1-0 delivery. He'll take this one. Nice pitch from Rudy. And it's 1-1. Reuter stands at 6 foot. He's a senior for Fort Hays State. Bats and throws left-handed. This last year in the shortened season at Fort Hays State, made 5 appearances with a 1-0 record. Allowed 26 hits, 7 walks, struck out 8 batters in 14 innings. Gonna have a chat with Wyeth in front of the mound as it's a 1-1 count. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the fourth, Larks and Pirates tied at 2 apiece. Still the same outfield that started the game. Pearson on left, Jiminian in center, Cooper in right field, moving across the infield right to left. Truslow, Leung, Kavanaugh, Hutchison, and then Wyeth behind the plate. Third pitcher of the game for the Larks. And the one's delivery from Ryan Reuter is going to run it inside, 2-1. Last year at the Larks, Ryan Reuter was returning. This is, I believe, his 3rd year with the Larks. He made 9 appearances last year, a 5-2 record, a 4.47 ERA, struck out 44 guys. 2-2 reads the scoreboard here in Larks Park. He gets a sign from Jacob Wyeth, agrees with it, and then Rohde will call time. Rohde's first appearance, he walked in the 2nd inning and then came around to score. And then in game number 1, flew out to Sean Cooper and then grounded out to Matt Kavanaugh. So Rudy will get back up on the rubber on the turf mound. And the lefty will get ready to deliver. And this one will be grounded up the middle. And it's a nice hit for Rohde to start off the top of the 4th inning.
Second baseman, number 20, Tommy Lyle.
So nobody out, runner on first as we move to Tommy Lyle. The second baseman walked in the 2nd inning, reached 3rd base, and then was left there as Cole Zimmerman struck out back-to-back guys to end the inning. That is just the 2nd hit of the game for the Pirates. The other one came from Chase Dixon, the 2nd. He hit a single. And he is in the hole right now. Or excuse me, he's on deck as Carmelik is in the hole. 0-1 count. The southpaw will go from the stretch here. Lefty to righty. And this one's going to miss low. Wyeth does a nice job of blocking it. Keeping Rohde at first base. We'll go to a 1-1 count. Larks fans, make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Stay up to date with all things Larks. As you turn on the post notifications, you'll get notified each time we go live for a new game all season long. One misses inside. Wyeth doing another good job of blocking it. He's going to ask for a new ball. Looked at it, the pitch before it. Didn't like it. Didn't like that ball. And this one really didn't like it. Gives it to the ump. Gets a new one. Tosses it to Rudy on the bump. We'll go 2-1. Larks scored 2 in the first. Pirates bounced back. Scored 2 in the second. Been scoreless since. This is just the 9th inning of baseball tonight as the Larks run-rolled the Pirates in the 5th inning. In game number 1, this one's fouled over the right side as lightning strikes in the background in center field. 2-2. Two's delivery, nobody out, runner on first. The The southpaw deliver to the right-handed hitter who fouls it back at the net. Hanging in there against Ryan Reuter. Rustin Hays will bring out some balls for the umpire. Rhodey's on first base. He scored in that second inning. Reuter will try to do his best to not let that happen again. A 2's delivery. This one misses low. Will go full count. Movement in the pen for the Larks. It's a guy stretching. Can't really read from a number from here, but if I'm not mistaken, it looks like is a number 12, which would be Drew Burr. Started in left field. Not sure if it is him. It is a right-hander. 2-2 is what the scoreboard reads. We have a full count, though. And Rudy will deliver another payoff pitch. And this one will miss the zone outside. And there will be runners on first and second with nobody out. So the Larks started out with Shire, who had a great first inning, start the second inning strong. He's a right-hander. They went to Cole Zimmerman, a lefty, and now to Ryan Reuter, another lefty. Zimmerman and Reuter both played at TMP, and now both play at Fort Hays State University. Reuter's a senior, or had his senior season at Fort Hays State University. I'm not sure if he'll be returning since the NCAA has granted eligibility back, but he is definitely a veteran of this park. And this one misses outside, 1-0. It's Chase Dixon at the plate. He's a center fielder. Singled in the second inning. Drove in 2 on that one. Drove in Thompson and Rhodey. Game number 1, Dixon popped up to Leung and grounded out to Leung. Wyatt doing a nice job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of them. We'll go to 2-0. So game 2 of this 3-game series versus the Pirates. Game 3 will be tomorrow night. And Larks won game 1. This one's blooped over the right side and foul. 2-1. Reader waits patiently to get back on the rubber. And another pitcher moves out into the bullpen. Looks like it is number 12, Drew Burr, as Max McGuire goes to catch for him. This one's fouled off, 2-2. Reuter said he would be going in relief to start the season. Started quite a few games last year. Had a good year for the Larks. Part of that team that had the best record in the league. Larks won the KCLB tournament last year in their first year in the KCLB. This is their first year in the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. Their third league in 3 years. They were in the Jayhawk League for decades. But then the league broke up. And after the 2018 season, Larks were in there from 1976 to 2018. And then played in the KCLB in 2019. Now in the RMBL, one of 8 teams in there. The other 7 located in Colorado. Still 2-2. And a nice pitch off speed from Reuter gets him to get ahead of it, and that is the first out of the inning. Reuter's first strikeout of the season. Rhodey on second, Lyle on first. Carmlick at the plate, the right fielder for the Pirates. This is Coach Leo's 38th season with the Larks. 2015 NBC Hall of Fame inductee, which is 2005 Kansas Sports Hall of Fame inductee. 1994 Class 5A Coach of the Year, and 1998 Kansas Coach of the Year and Region 5 National Coach of the Year. And this one misses above the zone, but will get Karmlich to swing at it. 0-1. Leo has been the biggest factor in the Larks' success in this historic program. I mean, he does so much for this team, from recruiting to getting sponsors to getting guys, practices. I remember last year he was helping Tommy Garcia on the road with his summer school math. You know, he's a good guy, and he's been a huge part of why this team has been successful. As this one's hit over the right field, Cooper moves in. Runner's going to be sent home. The throw is nice. Wyeth gets it in plenty of time and tags the runner, and he throws a second, and it's going to be in time. A beautiful flow for the LSU Tiger commit. Kavanaugh tags him. Wyeth, what a throw. And Cooper gets a nice one in from right field. Beautiful play for the Larks. The fans are feeling it. They're on their feet. Momentum is starting to swing in the Larks' favor. And we're going to go to the bottom of the fourth. It's a 2-2 game here in downtown Hays, Kansas. Bottom of the fourth, it'll be Sean Cooper leading off. Had that nice throw from right field in to the catcher to help end the inning. What a nice play. You could roll it a 9-2-6 double play if you wish. Just great throw from Cooper, right field. Heads up play from Wyeth to tag the runner, stand up, and then get the throw to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh at second base, ready to tag the runner. Just a great play for the Larks. Hopefully that'll turn the momentum in their favor, as it's a quick 2-0 count on the right fielder from Cochise College. Talking about the Larks' history in the top of this inning, they've had 14 top 5 finishes at the NBC World Series. And Cooper is going to send this one back to his position, as it's a single into right field. Leadoff base runner for the Larks. You can feel the momentum growing here at Larks Park. His first hit of this game. In the last game, Sean Cooper had a single, a walk, and he scored twice. So now we'll go to Cam Pearson, Cooper's teammate at Cochise College. Back to the Larks' history, a lot of notable alumni: Albert Pujols, Lance Berkman, Jack Wilson, B.J. Ryan, but most notably this recent offseason, Jace Tingler played for the Larks, but now has been named the manager of the San Diego Padres. Swing at this one from Pearson, not going to be able to hit it anywhere. It'll be an 0-1 count. Pretty scenery here in Hays, Kansas. Lightning in the outfield, but still plenty far enough away that it's safe for everyone to still be at the park and for there still to be a game. 2 hits for the Pirates. It's 3 apiece for each team, and it's 0-2 on Pearson as he swung at the past 2 pitches. Pearson in his last at bat, that was in the second inning, to lead off the bottom half, hit a single, couldn't get past first base as he was caught not tagging up on a pop-up to Waitaka, the shortstop spot. You gotta protect the plate here as Kavanaugh steps off the mound. He's gone so far 3 innings for the Pirates, and the Larks have seen 3 different pitchers. Shire, Zimmerman, and Reuter in that order. This one, as Cooper takes off to second with his speed, Pearson sends it over to right field, and this one's going to be hit, thrown over to the dugout. Wisely, Coach Leo holds Cooper at first. Good reactions from Bistrup. Keeps him at third, but Pearson's able to advance to second, and you got 2 in scoring position all of a sudden with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th. Like I said, momentum's changing, and if we know anything from the Larks last season, when they're hot, and you can't stop them. So now we'll go to Palmer Hutchison. Great opportunity to pick up an RBI. Last year when he subbed in for the Larks late in the season, couldn't pick up an RBI, but he scored 2 runs himself. So looking for his first at bat in a Larks uniform. Played for Coach Leo at Hays High School along with teammate Trey Riggs, who likely will not see tonight a pitcher. So 1-0 on Hutch. Heads up base running from Cooper after the steal to round second and then stay at third, and then heads up from Pearson to get to second on the overthrow. We'll see what Hutch can do. Popped up to Waitaka in the second inning. This one's going to be called strike. 2-1 is the count here in Larks Park. Palmer was a 2019 Sports in Kansas 5A second team All-State. Cole Zimmerman was a 3A second team All-State as he made his appearance in the second inning for the Larks. Palmer in his season at KCKCC, 10 walks and scored 11 times, drove in 12 runs. This one's going to be skied over the right side. Carmlick is going to make the catch. He slips, so both runners are going to advance easily standing up. And all of a sudden, the Palmer Hutchison has his first RBI as a Lark, and the Larks have a 3-2 lead. So now we'll go to Matt Cavanaugh at the bottom of the order. It'll be ruled a sacrifice fly for Palmer Hutchison. Pearson 90 feet away from scoring, and Cooper does touch home plate. 3-2 lead, 1 away. Cavanaugh is the first at bat, grounded out to Bistrup at third base in the hot corner. This one to the shortstop. It's going to miss low and away, 1-0. Excuse me, that was a called strike, 1-1, my bad. 1-1 count, 1 away, 1 runner in scoring position at third base. It's Pearson. He's having a chat with Coach Leo as Kavanaugh gets ready. Still no movement in the bullpen for the Pirates. That was the 4th hit of the game for Hays. The Pirates have 3. This delivery to Matt Cav is going to be swung over to right field. It's a hot spot this inning. And Carmlick's going to dive for it. Comes up a few feet short. Cavanaugh's going to go into second base. He's in there safe sliding. And Pearson touches home. He scores. So RBI for Hutchison, RBI for Cavanaugh. Pearson and Cooper, the Cochise guys, both score. Rolled a double for Matt Cavanaugh. So it is a 4-2 ball game as we go back to the top of the order for Leo Jiminian. Larks bats coming alive here in the bottom of the 4th. 4-2 game. Jiminian shows bunt, and man, he caught everybody off guard. Third baseman was playing back. Pitcher wasn't ready. Catcher wasn't ready. And it was pretty. It was rolling right down the turf line between the brown and the green turf in the infield, and all of a sudden it just started rolling a little bit more to the left and was rolling foul. Caught me off guard, caught the defense off guard. It was pretty, but just not quite pretty enough. So it'll be an 0-1 on the center fielder from France. He's a 5'9" redshirt freshman, and his 0-1 delivery is going to miss low, 1-1. For Pearson, that's the second time he scored tonight. For Cooper, that's the third time he scored tonight in this doubleheader. Called strike 2 on Jeminian. 1-2, 1 away. Runner at second base is Matt Cavanaugh. Jeminian batting. Grant Leung on deck. Divis in the hole. This one's going to get by the glove of LaBarbera at catcher, and Cavanaugh's going to be at third base standing up. Runner 90 feet from scoring as he advances 90 feet on the base paths. 2-2 count. Jeminian, I mentioned, was chosen to participate at the MLB Elite Camp, but he was also selected to play on the MLB World Select team, invited to the senior team in France for their national team, and his French Division 1 as he played for the Sinart Templiers, played in 22 games, batted .254, had a slugging percentage of .349 before moving to Texas to play at Clarendon College for the Bulldogs. It is a full count. He'll await his payoff pitch. It's chopped over the left side and foul. Nice job protecting the plate there. He's had a good eye, laid off some nice pitches that were just enough outside to be called a ball, but ones that you don't want to swing at. He does a nice job protecting the plate there. Drew Brewer no longer warming up in the bullpen. I don't know if that means he'll be coming in or if they're going to stick with Rudy for a while. And it's going to be a walk for Jeminian. Runners on the corners with one away.
Second baseman, number 2, Grant Leung.
So now move over to the number 2 hitter in the order, Grant Leung. So that is runners on the corners with one away. Sean Cooper started this inning off with a single. Pearson followed up with a single of his own. Hutchison drove in Cooper on a sacrifice fly. Cavanaugh drove in Pearson on a double. And Cavanaugh moved over to third base on the last at bat. Jeminian walked. Now we're to Grant Leung. Score reads an 0-1 count. It's Divis on deck. Truslow in the hole. Leung has made 2 plate appearances, has a double, a run scored, an RBI, and a walk. He drove in Jeminian on a double in the first inning. This delivery to him is going to be grounded over the right side and foul. 1-2 count. One away, runners on the corners. Larks up 4-2 after scoring 2 in this inning and then 2 in the first. They have 5 hits. Pirates have 3. 1 error for Colorado, none for Hays. The 1-2 delivery is going to run inside. It's now 2-2. See, I was going to say that I bet Jeminian takes off. He looked like he was going to run. He has speed, and he was in good position to. He's just going to stand at second as Cavanaugh comes home. It was a nice blooper, beautifully placed ball for Leung, and it's his second RBI of the game. As Cavanaugh scores his first run of the game, Cavanaugh picked up an RBI in this inning, and he comes around to score. Jeminian at second, Leung at first base. We'll root a single, and so bases are set for Divis. It's a 5-2 ball game here in Hays, Kansas. Divis in this game struck out in the first and then walked in the third. It's Truslow on deck, Wyeth in the hole. 0-1 count here on the Maverick. Takes a hack at this one, can't make contact, swings over it, 0-2. One away, the 0-2 delivery to Divis. Jeminian takes off. The throw is in time, but it wasn't placed very well. Jeminian has a nice slide to move on the backside of Bistrup. Bistrup got the ball in front of him, couldn't bring it back. Jeminian's in safe, and Grant Leung's in advance as well. That's the third stolen base of tonight for Leo Jeminian. He's fast. I saw it in warm-ups, and we've seen it already a few times tonight. It's going to be fun to watch him this season, but Wyatt Divis is going to go down on strikes. So now to Corbin Truslow, a walk and a flyout in his 2 plate appearances tonight. It's going to be called strike one. Nicely placed pitch right in the bottom left corner of the zone away from Truslow. Wyeth on deck, Cooper in the hole. Cooper started off the inning with a single. Came around to score off the sacrifice fly from Hutch. This one runs outside. LaBarbera moves to his left to get it. 1-1, 2 away. 2 in scoring position. Infield playing in on the left side. Right side a little bit farther back. This one is going to miss high. 2-1. Oh. Truss will step back in. If you watch the NFL this season, you know Lamar Jackson's nickname, Big Truss. As a quarterback won MVP, can't think of a more appropriate nickname for Corbin than Big Truss. 2-2, 2 away, 2 on. Larks scored 3 in this inning, making it a 5-2 game as we were tied from the second inning until this point. Hits a nice one in the middle, and Waitaka's not going to be able to get to it. Nicely placed. Jiminian scores. Leung's going to be sent home as Lyle cuts it off at second base, and it's a 7-2 ball game, and Truslow picks up 2 RBIs on one swing of the bat. So now to Wyeth. Be the 9th batter this inning. Jiminian scores, Leung scores. That's each their own second run scored tonight. Leung has 2 RBIs as well. And for Jiminian, scored 2, so he scored 4 runs tonight, 2 in each game. Leung has 4 RBIs tonight, 2 in each game as well. And Wyatt's going to get a nice turn on this one, but it's going to be grounded over the left side, just foul of third base. Okay, so 0-1 with 2 away. Gonna get Kavanaugh leans in, still at working. Finally movement in the Pirates' pin. Wyatt swings at this one. It's going to be foul ticket to the catcher's glove. 2 strikes, 1-2 count. One, two away. Truss on first base. This one over the head of Wyeth. It's now 2-2. 5 runs for the Larks. They've scored 5 in 1 inning tonight, 2 in the first, and they scored 8 in the first inning of the last game, and then 2 in the 5th. Nice swing, nicely placed ball past the Astros glove of Bistrup. Truslow is showing off those wheels as he rounds second base, heads to third. Wyeth heads to second base. He'll be in there standing up. It's a double, advancing Truslow from first to second, 2 in scoring position with 2 away, and the Larks are going to bat around. Just a nice placed ball. Bistrup dove for it, but even if his arms were 2 feet longer, wasn't going to be able to get it. So we're going to have a mound visit as LaBarbera moves out to go talk to his pitcher. Coach comes out of the dugout, likely going to get a pitching change here as Cooper will come up to bat with 2 in scoring position. We're going to take a break and be right back here on Larks Network for the continuation of the bottom of the 6th. Still the bottom of the fourth, and Kiminaw's going to stay out there on the bump as Sean Cooper's up. He started out this inning with a single, came around to score. He has two in scoring position. With one swing of the bat, he can make it a 9-2 ball game. Called strike. 1-1. Cooper flew out in his first at bat over to Thompson in left field. Thinks about swinging on this one. It's going to be called strike 2, 1-2. Excuse me while I reconnect our scoreboard. And it'll be a strikeout. And we'll work on the scoreboard issue between innings. And we'll be right back for the top of the fifth here on Larks Network.
Meet me down at the ballpark, where I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. All of my friends are gonna be there too. Nothing in the world I'd rather do than grab a hot dog burger and a cold beer. You'll hear me yelling out a big cheer, 'cause whether they win or whether they lose, I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. I can't wait to see a home run. I know for sure there's gonna be one. I'll call out the players by their first name. Sure am glad I made it to the game. Rain or shine, I'm gonna be there. If the stands are full, I'll bring a lawn chair. So join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks. Join me down at the old ballpark. I'll be rooting for the Hays Larks.
Larks fans, make sure you follow the Larks on Twitter and on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Stay up to date with all things Larks through our social media. Follow us on Facebook to get all sorts of cool things, such as this day in Larks history. On June 20th, 2008, the Larks scored 6 runs in their first at-bats to win 11-6 over Joplin, Missouri in the Jayhawk League actions at Larks Park. Right-hander Tyler Sturdivant replaced starter Sam Elam in the first inning to claim the victory. Jason Kudlock hit a bases-loaded triple in the Larks' big first inning after the Slashers scored 3 times in the top of the inning. New pitcher for the Larks, it'll be Drew Burr out of St. Louis. He started in left field in game number 1, and now he's coming in relief in game number 2. His first delivery is going to miss the zone. 1-0. He'll face Watauga, who was 0 for 2 on the day, 0 for 2 in this game, with a strikeout and a pop-up. This is called strike on him, 1-1. Drew Burr pitching at St. Louis. 2 appearances, 2 innings, 3 strikeouts, allowed 7 hits, 5 earned runs, and walked 1 batter. This one a heater that's going to get tipped off the bat of Watauga, 1-2. Burr in game number 1 in left field went 0 for 2 with a walk, a pop-out, and a flyout, but he did score on that walk in the first inning, part of that 8-run inning. 1-2, nobody out, nobody on. The Indiana native is going to get a strikeout in his first batter face as in a Larks uniform, and that is 0 for 3 tonight for Watauga. And in game number 1, he went 0 for 2, so 0 for 5 on the night. Larks doing a good job of keeping the leadoff hitter for the Pirates quiet. Swung on, hit over the right side, and over foul from Bistrop. 0 for 2 on the day with a ground out and a strikeout. Bird looking nice through his first few pitches here in his first 2 batters faced. This one will miss low, 1-1. Utility guy for the Billikens in the Atlantic 10 division and the Division 1 of the NCAA. This one's grounded to the left side. Kavanaugh gets that shortstop over to Truslow. 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th inning for the Pirates. So now to Austin LaBarbera for 2 on the day with a fly out to Cooper and a pop up to Leung. Excuse me, to Wyeth. He'll step in the right-hander's batter's box. Righty versus righty. And we'll see Berg go from the windup. His first delivery, nice pitch. Moves across the plate, catches the outside part of the plate. In the zone, 0-1. That was a nice pitch. So with that one, puts the count in favor of himself. And this one misses low, 1-1. Berg was the 2019 District Player of the Year when he was in high school. And was ranked as a shortstop. My perfect game is the 4th best in the state. Played utility at St. Louis. Likely see him utility this season. He's already started out in left field. Now is on the bump. 1-2 with 2 away. 1 pitch away from sending us to the bottom of the 5th. This one swung on, popped back, out of play. One, two away. 3 hits for the Pirates, 8 for Hays. It's a 7-2 ball game. This delivery, another fastball. And LaBarbera do a nice job protecting the plate with 2 strikes against him. 1-2. Again, this delivery lined over the left side. Palmer Hutchison making a leaping grab. A beautiful catch from the freshman from Kansas City, Kansas Community College. That fit the definition of the hot corner. That one was a line drive. He caught right above his head. Beautiful catch. It'll send us to the bottom of the 5th here on Larks Network. Larks up 5 against the Pirates. Leading off the bottom of the fifth for the Larks will be Cam Pearson. Singled in the last inning, came around to score. Part of that 5-run inning. Batted second, was second in order that inning. And now he's going to lead off this one. Takes a hack at this one, can't make contact. It's 0-1. Larks into the game last in game 1 of this doubleheader. And the 5th inning, run rolling. The Pirates, they need 5 runs in this inning to duplicate that tonight. The 0-1 delivery is going to be running outside and low. 1-1 here on Cam Pearson. The 1-1 delivery is going to be wild. And it'll be a 2-1 new pitcher here for the Pirates. It is Dane Perry. Shorter stature than Kimmenaugh. Another hack at this one. It's 2-2 on Pearson. He'll have to protect the plate. He had 68 at-bats in this last season at Cochise, scored 8 times, drove in 9, and now he's going to have a full count against Perry. He's 2 for 2 in this game, 2 singles. This one looks like it was going to hit him, curved down, and he lays off of it, and it's going to be a walk. Good at-bat for Pearson. 3 plate appearances, 3 trips to first base. So now to Palmer Hutchison. Had a sacrifice fly that put the Larks back in the lead in the last inning. On deck, Matt Cavanaugh on the hole, Leo Geminian. If things hold out, Ryan Reuter will pick up the win for the Larks, but still got baseball to play. Don't want to talk too early. Swing and a miss on Hutch. Small lead at first base for Pearson. He does have speed, though. And nice dropping off-speed pitch in the zone, called strike 2. A 7-2 lead for the Larks here in the bottom of the 5th. This 0-2 delivery is going to miss the zone 1-2. Hutch has one of the bigger zones, strike zones on this team. Tall and lengthy stature at 6'2". Had a fielding percentage in those 2 games last year at .889. Swings at this one a little bit ahead of it. He's going to foul it over the left side. So he'll protect the plate and we'll go 1-2 again. That's Pearson on first. Hutch at the plate. 1-2, Perry go from the stretch, righty to righty. This one misses high on an off-speed, 2-2. Hutch and Pearson both doing a good job of working Perry's pitch count up in these first 2 at-bats. A 2's delivery, swung on, hit over to right center field. Carnlake retreats back. He'll make the catch for out number 1. And it's back-to-back flyouts to right field for Hutchison, but his last one won't count against him in the 4th inning as it was a sacrifice fly. 1 away. So now to Matt Cavanaugh. Doubled in the 4th inning, came around to score, also drove in a run, and drove in Sean Cooper. So it'll be righty-righty again as Matt Cav steps in the right-hander's batter's box. The barber sets up over the right side of the plate. See if they'll go outside against Cavanaugh. This one moves from outside back into the center part of the plate, called strike 1 on Matt Cav. 0-1, one away, runner on first base. Is Jemenian on deck. You know, a lot of people were worried about, since the season was condensed and the NCAA and JUCOs, NAIA, that players would need reps this summer. And with some leagues canceling and our season being condensed, you know, we thought that maybe these guys wouldn't get a lot of reps, but Leo Jemenian on deck, if all holds up, he'll be making his 8th plate appearance in 10 innings. 1-1 on the shortstop. And Pearson takes off, and it's a good one too as it runs outside. The throw is going to be in time as they'll make the tag on Cam, and there's 2 away. It's a nice attempt, got a good jump on it, but it was a fastball that ran a little bit outside, so I thought that'd mess up the catcher, but LeBar adjusted well, and they got the tag on Pearson. 2 away, bases empty, 2-1 count on Matt Cavanaugh. Swung on over the right side, out of play. We'll go to 2-2 with 2 away. Matt will have to protect the plate here on this one. He's a patient hitter and a smart one. Only struck out 6 times last year. Batted .330 and 27 games. Drove in 23 runs, had 9 walks. Puts the ball in play a lot. Is a patient and smart hitter. We'll see what he does here on this one. Hits over the right side. Carmelick was playing far to his left, and Cavanaugh sends this one down the right line and right. It's going to be in the corner, and it's going to roll out of play as the fence was open in right field. Cavanaugh could have gotten 3 bases, but because that fence was open, he'll have to stay at second base. Back-to-back doubles and back-to-back innings for Matt Cavanaugh. He's at second base, 180 feet from scoring, as Leo Jemenian will make his 8th plate appearance tonight in 10 innings. So with Jemenian, this will be his 8th plate appearance, and in those past 7, only 3 of those were counted as at-bats, because he's been hit 3 times and walked once. Cavanaugh has a decent-sized lead at second base. Perry will deliver. This one runs outside. LaBarbera catches it. Moves to his right. Makes sure it doesn't go by. And 1-0. This one almost hit Jemenian for the 4th time tonight. It'll miss just inside. 2-0. On deck, Leung in the whole Divis. Lays off this one. 3 straight balls. We'll see if he wants to take here on the 3-0 delivery. Doesn't waste much time getting back in the box, and Perry won't waste time either. The 3-0 delivery, righty to righty. And he'll lay off this one. 3-1. Hitters count for the French center fielder. The hitters count pitch. Gonna run inside, almost nicks his shoulder. He'll move on to first. 8 plate appearances. 5 of those won't count for an at-bat. He's reached base all but 1 time in those. And so it moves over to Grant Leung. Had a single in the last inning, drove in a run, scored himself. Later on, has 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored in this game. And he had 2 RBIs in game 1. He's having a good night in his Larks regular season debut. This one's going to get by LaBarbera. Runners will advance 90 feet, 2 in scoring position. Larks doing a nice job of having a rally here with 2 away. One and 0 is the count on Grant Leung, the Sioux Falls Cougar. 6-foot juniors gonna lay off this one 2-0. 2-0, 2 away, 2 on, 2-7 game in favor of the Larks. Nice swing, hit over the left center field, but Thompson's going to go a little bit to his left and backwards, make the catch for out number 3. The 2-out rally's held off, and we'll go to the 6th inning here on Larks Network. Your Larks lead it 7-2. We'll be right back. Top of the 6th, Drew Burr returns to the mound. Leading it off will be the catcher, the DH, McCain Mason, caught in last game. Mason on the day, 0 for 2. Had that weird at-bat in the 3rd where he lost his bat and then they just rolled the at-bat over. 0-1 becomes 1-1. Now 1-1 swung on, hit over foul. We'll go 1-2. Burr looking good on the mound so far. This one popped up. It'll be out of play. It looks like it'll go into the grandstand. We're over it. And then he lost his bat, and Divis runs over and hands it to him. So we'll go 1-2 again. Righty versus righty. Two and two. If you're Drew Burr on the mound, I think you got to feel comfortable with the guys you got behind you. Matt Cavs is stud at shortstop. Grant Leung's been impressive at second base. We just saw Palmer Hutchison make that line drive grab to end an inning. This one's hit into center field. Leo Jiminian is going to make a diving catch in left center field. A beautiful catch for out number 1. As I was just going to bring up that all 3 guys in the outfield have speed. Leo puts it on display there and makes the catch. So now we'll move over to Manny Thompson, the left fielder. That was a beautiful catch out in center field. One away, this one bounces off Jake Wyeth's chest protector. 1-0. Due up for the Larks in the bottom of the inning, it'll be Divis, Truslow, and Wyeth. And this one will be ruled a strike. 1-1, 1 away. I believe since it's a doubleheader, the game will end in the 7th inning. That's the way it was in the Jayhawk League. Larks didn't have any doubleheaders last year. Cavanaugh makes a running throw over to first base in time, out number 2. So now Thompson is 0 for 2 on the day, a hit by pitch and out, and now he grounds out to the shortstop. So now to Wayne Rohde, reached base twice, a single and a walk, and he scored once. He was a second run of 2 runs in the second inning. For the Pirates, they've been scoreless since, thanks to Zimmerman, Reuter, and Burr. Called strike. Oh, 1 delivery. We'll say they'll miss outside 1-1. (10:12 p.m. here in Kansas. So we await the 1-1 delivery 2-way in the top of the 6th. Swung on, hit over the right side. Grant Leung moves to his left, gets in his glove, tosses to Truslow just in time for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Drew Burr. It sends it to the bottom of the 6th here on Larks Network. Larks up 7-2. Bottom of the 6th we go. Leading off will be Wyatt Divis after Drew Burr goes back-to-back 1-2-3 innings, retired all 6 batters he's faced. And Divis on the day 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. On deck is Truslow and the whole Wyeth. Swings at this one, pumped over the left side into foul territory. We'll go 0-1. Still Perry on the mound for the Pirates. He'll go from the windup. Swan will miss the outside part of the plate. They'll call it a ball. 1-1. Mark's third base coach, head coach Frank Leo. First base, Bryce Baumwert taking over the duties from Steve Sedbrook, who's not coaching this season after being the first base coach for the Larks last season. Pitching coach will still be Keith Harper, and the Larks lost Sean Murphy from the coaching staff. 2-1. Larks will be back here tomorrow night for Game 3 of this 3-game series against the Pirates. And this one runs outside. It's a hitter's count for Divis. A lot of talented guys on this roster. A lot of legacy to be built. A lot of guys have come through this program. Albert Pujols, 3-time NL MVP, 10-time All-Star, 2-time World Series champion, Rookie of the Year. Divis sends a moonshot over to right center field. It's high, but it looks like Carmlick will make the catch and throw into the 349 sign in right center field. And there's one away on 5 pitches. Pujols will surely be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Lance Berkman, also member of the Larks, 6-time All-Star, 2011 World Series champion, 2011 NL Comeback Player of the Year. Jack Wilson, 2004 All-Star, same year Silver Slugger. And B.J. Ryan, a 2-time MLB All-Star. So now we'll move to Corbin Truslow. 1 for 2 in the day, a single, a fly out, and a walk. This one will miss 1-0 on Corbin Truslow. Truslow, familiar with Larks Park, played at Fort Hays State University, who we share this field with. And his time at Fort Hays had 3 home runs and 24 games, started all of those. 1-1. This one's delivery swung on, took a hack at it, can't make contact. Has a smile about it. We'll go 1-2. And Divis yells at him from the dugout. Got a lot of laughs from his teammates. 1-2 misses outside, 2-2. This one skied over the left field side. It'll be far out of play over into the street. So we'll stay at 2-2. Truslow doing a good job of protecting the plate with 1 away and nobody on. And Perry wants a new ball. So we'll get it and we'll get time. And then we'll get ready for another 2-2 delivery. This one runs very far inside, and it'll be a full count. Truslow doing a nice job protecting the plate, and he's rewarded with a nice ball inside. So we'll get a payoff pitch from Perry to Truslow, and it's popped up, and it's going to be out of play. Looks like it'll bounce into the Larks Pavilion over the left side. So all the kids race towards it, trying to get their small cash reward when they return the ball to the Larks nest. So we'll get another payoff pitch here. Truslow working the pitch count in this at bat, doing a nice job. Perry from the windup, the payoff pitch, swung on, ground over the right side. Lyle is not going to be able to take it as it takes a wild hop on him, and it's a lead base runner here with 1 away for the Larks. See if it's ruled an error or a single. If it's a single, Truslow goes to 2 for 3 on the day. And so now we move to Jacob Wyeth. Had a double in the 4th inning. And it looks like it'll be ruled an error. So E4, Truslow reaches, moves to first base. Perry has a talk with LaBarber. No movement in either pen. Perry will go from the stretch. Fastball swung on, fouled off to the right side and backwards. Go 0-1. This one is hit into center field. Dixon goes back, slows up, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Nicely hit ball. But it's out number 2, so we'll go to Sean Cooper. Sean Cooper had 2 plate appearances in the 4th, had a single and scored, and then ended the inning on a strikeout. In the 1st inning, he flew out to Thompson in left field. Blank pitch count. Truslow, very small lead at first base. So it moves outside far, 1-0. Outfield shifted a little bit to their left. And this will be called strike 1. 1-1, 1 away. Excuse me, 2 away. My bad. And 1 on. One's delivery, Perry to Cooper. Nice pitch over the left side part of the plate. Called strike 2. 1-2 count. This one will miss outside. Laying off nicely, 2-2. Due up for the Pirates will be Lyle, Dixon, and Carmlick. A 2's delivery. Runs inside, and Perry thought it was a strike as he starts running towards his dugout, and instead he'll have to make a payoff pitch. So Cooper will wait it. 3-2. Center fielder moves in. Truslow takes off. And it's a swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Sean Cooper. And we'll move to the top of the 7th. Larks leading the Pirates 7-2. You're tuned into Larks Network.
To the Larks Network.
New pitcher for the top of the 7th. It'll be Jacob Enns, a lefty. Drew Burr, so he'll finish his day facing 6 batters, retiring all 6. Ends has some heat on this one. It's quick, 0-2. Ends a lefty from Fort Hays State University from Wichita, Kansas. This time at Fort Hays State this year, 3.16 ERA, 12 appearances, 11 of those in relief. And this one, I'm not sure if it caught. And they will say it caught number 20, Tommy Lyle. So runner on first with nobody out. Larks 3 away, 3 outs away from completing the sweep against the Pirates of the sweep of this doubleheader. They'll have another game tomorrow where they can look to sweep the series, but they got to get business done tonight. Runner on first, nobody out. So now we move to Chase Dixon, the center fielder. 0 for 1 on the day, or excuse me, 1 for 2 on the day. A strikeout and a single. Had 2 RBIs with that single. And stands at 5'11". He played at Barton County before going to Fort Hays State University, and this is a called strike. 1-1. At Barton County, he made 19 appearances, 14 of those in relief. Struck out 43 batters through 41 in the 3rd innings. This one will be popped up over the right side and foul. 1-2. Larks won game 1 of the doubleheader, 10-0, and they are 3 outs away from winning it, sweeping the doubleheader here tonight. Ends delivers from the stretch. It'll move outside, 2-2. On deck is Carmlick. This one grounded over the right side. Grant Leung moves to his right, and Enns is going to have to race toward Grant. Lobs it over his head, but Jacob Wyeth right behind Enns, ready to field it up. And good job on the catcher for being a backstop over the right side. Saved a runner from moving over to the 3rd base. That'll be ruled a single because it was close enough. So runners on first and second here with nobody out. So now to Carmlick, a walk and a single on the day for him. Hasn't gotten farther than first base, though, in those plate appearances. This one's foul-tipped back into the glove of Wyeth. It's 0-1. He was at first base, and then Cole Zimmerman struck out back-to-back batters to end the top of the 2nd inning. And in the 4th inning, he singled into right field. Sean Cooper threw out the runner at home, and then as Carmlick tried to go to second base, Wyeth threw him out. Matt Cavanaugh applied the tag, and it was a double play to end the top of the inning. It's 0-2. This ends his first appearance in a Larks uniform. In high school, he was a 2-time All-State pitcher, 5A State Pitcher of the Year in 2017. Swung on and missed. It's the first strikeout of his career as a Lark, and there's 1 away, and the Larks are 2 outs away from a W. So now to Watauga, 0 for 3 in this game, and then game number 1, he was 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts in this one, and then 1 in game number 1. Cole Zimmerman struck him out in the 2nd, and then Drew Burr struck him out in the 5th. 0-1. Four hits for the Pirates, 9 for the Larks, 2 errors for Colorado, none for Hays. Nice job of Wyeth for getting his glove on that one, keeping it in front of him, keeping the runners from advancing 90 feet and putting 2 in scoring position. It's 1-1. It's Lyle at second base, Dixon at first. Off speed that moves outside. It's going to move a little too far outside. 2-1. Ands looks in from the side from Wyeth. Agrees with it. And he'll go from the stretch. A swing and a miss on a fastball. We're tied up at 2-2 count. 7-2 lead for the Larks in the top of the 7th. Palmer Hutchison playing in at third base. Grant Leung and Matt Cavanaugh both playing deep over in the middle of the infield. Cavanaugh playing a little closer to second base as there's a runner. Check swing. They're going to say he didn't go, but Wyeth again, been a backstop back there, keeps this one in front of him. We'll have a full count. The payoff pitch, grounded right, out of play. We get another payoff pitch. Waitaka's doing a good job of working ends his pitch count up. Payoff delivery, and it's going to be called strike on Waitaka. He's going to argue with the ump, but that's his third strikeout of the game. He's now 0 for 4. So now to Logan Bistrup, 2 on with 2 away. He's down to the last out. He's 0 for 3 on the day. A ground out in the first, a strikeout in the second, and a ground out in the fifth. Matt Cavanaugh moves closer back to the left side. Doesn't have to worry about the runner now that there's 2 outs. Grant Leung playing far right by second base. Hutchison still playing a little bit in at third. And it's 0-1. In's not wasting time. He'll look in from Wyeth. And he'll agree on this one. Go from the stretch as the runner takes off. And then Wyatt's going to hold the throw. And there's runners on the corners. Wise move. No point in risking it. You're up 5 with 1 out away from a win. Just keep the ball in your glove. Smart move by the LSU commit. Swung on and missed. This one goes behind Wyeth. We'll say it was a foul tip. So now, Pirates are down to the last strike. And Inns is 1 pitch away from sending Larks home 2-0. A little bit of delay after that one. Inns wanted a new ball. Bistrup steps back into the right-hander's box, facing off against the southpaw Inns. Looks in from Wyeth. Shakes one off. Agrees on the second one. The 1-2 delivery with 2 away. Runners on the corners. Check swing. Did he go? And they're going to say he did. And Wyeth applies a tag. Larks win it. Wyeth does a nice job keeping the runners where they're at. Excuse me. Inns does a great job of keeping the runners where they're at. And the Larks win game number 2 of their season. And advance to 2-0, sweeping the doubleheader. It was fun to be back. That's my takeaway from the game. It was nice to be back. We've been looking forward to this a long time. Great seeing the Larks compete again. They win on their home turf in their first game of the season, winning it 7-2 here at Larks Park. And we'll be back here tomorrow night for Game 3 of the series, Larks versus the Pirates. This has been Carson Ackerman on the call. You're tuned in to the Larks Network. Have a good night.